Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're gonna be talking about one of Lil Durk's friends, man. One of his homeboys, one of his day ones, a guy by the name of THF Zoo. Now, THF Zoo has been the subject of a lot of YouTube documentaries around Lil Durk, you know? A lot of people are infatuated with the cases that he's had, a lot of the things that have gone on. And him being one of Lil Durk's day ones, him being down with OTF. You can see in this picture here, this is back before Lil Durk even had his braids, or you can see, or his dreads, I should say. You can see that's THF Bayzoo right there next to him, you know what I mean? This is back when he first got signed to Def Jam, I think. But man, people are really infatuated with this dude and his story because of all the things that goes on in Chicago in the drill movement, right? Well, in May 2022, it seems like he ran into an issue where THF Bayzoo ended up getting arrested. Now, he ended up getting arrested, and it was for some weapons charges. So let's do something, man. Let's look at these charges, right? Okay, so there you have it right here, man. And this is what we're talking about. This leads us to what we're talking about today. Now, you see these charges here, right? Now, that's the same thing that a lot of people have posted about his case. So we'll check this out. Those are his charges right there. You see violation of the Georgia Street Gang Terrorism Prevention Act. Then 2 charges for weapons. So a convicted felon in possession of a weapon. At the time that this took place, there were rumors that he was caught with a machine gun. Like everybody was saying, yo, THF Zoo, he got caught with a machine gun. Like that was the biggest rumor about this situation, right? Well, it seems like it might not have been the case. And somebody yesterday noticed something about an update to his paperwork. And that brings us to this right here, right? Now, as you can see right there was a motions hearing several days ago, and it says consent order for bond. What does that mean? It means that THF Bayzoo had the possibility of getting bond in order to go home free. Now, this doesn't mean he's all the way free from the trial and the case and that he beat it. It's just the fact that he's actually going to get a bond. So what's crazy is this proved to be true. So he ended up getting a bond in the amounts that you see right here, right? For the first charge, it's like $27,000. For the second charge, $82,000. And for the third charge, $27,000. So he had to put up 10%. We'll just call that $120,000 just to be $130,000, right? So looking at $13,000 to put up, I'm sure him being a very close friend of Durk, he's probably touched more money than that, no problem, and he was able to put that up. And news broke today that he was released from jail. So let's actually look at another post from this from this Instagram page right here. And they actually posted the video of THF Zoo being released from prison or from jail.
I don't see no purpose in the county, even sandwiches. Wow. I don't see no purpose in the county, even sandwiches.
Wow. Now, as you can see there, he obviously had his bond paid and was able to leave. Now, he was locked up in Georgia. Because if you don't know, Lil Durk and a lot of his homeboys all moved away to Georgia. Like, that's their permanent residence. Most of them live in Georgia now, right? Most of the rappers that you know from the wild days of the Chicago drill era, they live in Georgia now. Most specifically the Atlanta area. Most of them do, right? And it looks like THF Bayzoo was just happy that he was able to get up out of jail. And a lot of people are saying this. Like, people in the comments are hilarious because they're like, yo, his lawyer is working because, so he just beat some charges in 2022 prior to him getting arrested for these new charges of having a weapon on him, right? So these are the charges right there. And I think the charges that he beat. So it's wild the fact that he was able to get a bond. But since he beat the charges, I guess that's no harm, no foul against him. And his name has been thrown out there a lot in several issues that have went down in Chicago. And it seemed like a lot of those problems followed him to Atlanta, which eventually ended up with him getting arrested. I mean, it was a big deal when he did get arrested, and it seems like he's been locked down since. and his lawyer was working overtime to get him bond, and now he's actually free, man. So That's why you see this video of him celebrating right here. It's got a lot of fans wondering how is this possible and who is his lawyer, man, because he must be good.
I don't see no purpose in the county, even sound like this.
Wow.
So what y'all think about this, man? Do you think this is a good thing for Lil Durk and his team? I mean, anytime somebody who is down with you is locked up and you depend on them to be a part of your team, it'll hurt, right? But the fact that THF Zoo is able to get out of jail and be right back with Lil Durk, probably put out more music, because on top of all this, on top of all the drama and everything with the Chicago drill scene, THF Zoo is a rapper. He's got songs with Boss Top. He's got songs with other rappers. He actually does his thing out there as far as being a rapper as well. You know what I mean? It's not all about the, the street stuff, even though that is heavily a part of his persona and his rap persona, to be specific, right? But it seems like he'll probably hit the ground running because of the success of Lil Durk, man. Money does things. Money helps, get problem solved, especially if you have to scratch up some dough for a bond or whatnot. Now, I'm not saying that Lil Durk paid his bond, but knowing that this is one of his day ones, remember that pick, one of his day ones, he might have pitched in a little bit just to get him out of jail. So we'll see how this goes. But y'all tell me what y'all think, man. Do y'all think that THF Bayzoo is going to be able to get back to rapping and, just be able to fight his case from the streets? And is this a win for OTF? Does it seem like with OTF and their situation kind of cooling off, is this a win for them because they got a key member of their team back? A lot of people would say one of the key street members of their team is back on the roster and finally free. Now, we don't know the conditions of his bond. I'll say that much. His bond could be, him having to stay in the house, but the way that he left jail, it looks like the conditions of his bond might not be that bad. It looks like he might be able to just go home on his own reconnaissance, check in with whoever he got to check in with, and probably get back to making music, link up with OTF, and do his thing out here. You know what I mean? So for Lil Durk and them, I guess we have to classify this as a win regardless, because having somebody who's allegedly one of the street guys from the label, or allegedly one of the street members of the team, back when you're on top, it can only help a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Now, y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Is this a win for Lil Durk and OTF? It's definitely a win for THF Zoo. But do y'all think, man, that there's any downside to this? It just looks like a positive. But yeah, I want to hear from y'all. So y'all tell me in the comments. And with that, this has been your boy, Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell, so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.